With the 32nd pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
There it is.
Wow. Quarterback, Louisville.
Okay.
Listen to this place go crazy right now.
There he is, the Heisman Trophy winner from a couple years ago.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see you a little bit upset, a little deterred. But guess what?
I'm here.
It's here. You're here.
I'm a Raven. It's on. All year, every year. Yes, sir.
What could you have done differently that you could have gotten out of that room quicker and got drafted earlier in your career?
Nothing. I'm happy to be a Raven. It don't even matter.
Yesterday does not matter. You're looking forward to today.
I'm looking forward to being a Raven.
What are they getting?
Everything out of me. They're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that. Yeah. Believe that.
The legend lives on. 5 years, $260 million. Allegedly, I think it said like $185 million guaranteed. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have worked out a deal. It's official. It's not over. It was never over until the fat lady sung. Even though it was not looking good, most of us remained hopeful that it was gonna pull through, and it pulled through, and now we got our quarterback. Listen, there's no way I might put money on one of these betting apps tonight on us winning the Super Bowl. I might do it tonight. That is how confident I am that everything is going up in 2023. I'm recording this at like 2:30 a.m. I ain't been to sleep yet. I gotta go to sleep. But I know, I don't want to jinx it. Fuck a jinx. We're going to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter what anybody says. This 2-year-long saga has come to an end. And all these disrespectful fans who kept trying to say that we didn't need Lamar, they can go back in their corners, in their little, under their rocks, in their little dwellings under a bridge, wherever they live, they can go back and hide. Because we are set right now. It was announced earlier today, and when something that was interesting was when it was announced, it's now being said that once the Jalen Hurts deal came through, from that point they said that the Ravens offered more money, which was an offer he can't refuse. Which, if 260 is more money, that kills one of the other narratives or one of the other rumors that people kept spreading, where they kept saying that at one point they kept saying that the original offer that the Ravens offered Lamar a couple months ago or last season or whatever was supposed to be up to $275 million guaranteed. If they offered him more now, that means that number never existed in the first place. That means that was a lie. Full-blown lie. Again, we still don't know exactly what happened. People are still assuming that Lamar wanted fully guaranteed money or $230 guaranteed. And even though Lamar's camp has allegedly reached out to Stephen A. Smith and said that wasn't true, people are still acting as if that was the case. In reality, to this day, we still don't know, to this day. And at this point, it doesn't really matter. Now, maybe Lamar comes out and does an interview with somebody to clear the air on that. Maybe not. But it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. This will put Lamar's annual salary at about $52 million, which makes him not only the highest paid quarterback, but the highest paid player in NFL history. all the people that kept trying to clown him and his mom and say that they're not qualified to do this and they can't do this and they can't do that. In a roundabout way, many of these people were low-key saying they were too dumb to pull this off. But now they pulled it off. And all the people who had all the people who had like a traditional mindset when it came to this of, oh, you got to do it through an agent. Everybody has to eat their words right now. No agent, and he just got $250 million. No agent. Even if it's not fully guaranteed, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is a very powerful moment. Because, again, whether people realize it or not, Lamar Jackson is very influential. So you will most likely see an uptick in the coming years of players who are gonna opt out of having they're gonna opt out of getting an agent and just try to sort and negotiate everything themselves. Obviously, Lamar's not the first player to go without an agent. Obviously, there's been plenty before him. But this is probably one of the more scrutinized and overly analyzed and just one of the more scrutinized examples of somebody without an agent working out a deal. Something that people have just been obsessed with for the past 2 years. It's over. It's a wrap. It doesn't matter anymore. And not only did he get the deal, here's the crazy thing. Not only did he get the deal, he forced the Ravens' hands to put them in a position where they had to fire Greg Roman. Because at the end of the day, when you're paying this guy this much money, at a certain point, you can't lie to yourself anymore. You can't spread these. They weren't even lying to themselves. They were lying to the public. You can't lie to the public anymore. They knew that our offense wasn't good enough. They knew Greg Roman should have left years ago. They knew Steve Saunders was getting these dudes injured and he should have been gone years ago. They knew that our receiving room needed upgrades. They knew this years ago. They just didn't care. Lamar was on a rookie deal, and they just assumed they would get him on a team-friendly deal, but he held his ground, and he forced their hand. And they had no choice but to say, dang, now we're going to have to pay him. And if we're going to pay him, we can't keep pretending like Greg Roman's good enough. They knew he wasn't good enough. And this is part of the reason why paying him was so important, because at the end of the day, it forces them to change their philosophy, change their outdated philosophy. Because now that you got so much money on the hook for this quarterback, now they're coming from the perspective of, dang, now it has to work now. We invested way too much into it. Well, not way too much, but we invested so much into this. So it has to work now. And that's why, of course, they got way more aggressive this year, obviously. They brought in Todd Monken. They went out and signed OBJ. There's still a potential to get DeAndre Hopkins, even though they just drafted Zay Flowers. And that's another thing. They just drafted Zay Flowers. But there's still, again, the D-Hop deal could still play out. But still, again, everything is lining up very well right now. All the motivational quotes you could possibly think of, they all apply to this situation. It's darkest before dawn. That's probably one of my favorite quotes. We were at probably one of our lowest points in franchise history just a month ago, where the best quarterback we've ever had, the best offensive player we ever had, set the world on fire publicly announcing he wanted a trade. And now 1 month later, we are sitting here we got our quarterback locked up. We made a big move at receiver. We still got some other guys coming back who are gonna hopefully take some major steps forward in their careers. We are looking extremely dangerous. We are looking extremely dangerous. We absolutely cannot be stopped at this point. Who's really gonna stop us at this point? But anyway, let me know what your real. And another thing, I did think it was interesting that a few months ago, somebody from one of those one of those football blogs, they did predict that Lamar was gonna get to 60. I remember I posted that in the community tab. I posted it like a week or two ago, where somebody actually did ended up predicting this exact number, like I don't know, 5-6 months ago. But either way, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.